Hey everybody, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. I'm continuing a series where I'm doing takedowns of isolated vocal tracks to do a vocal analysis and a vocal tutorial on how these artists actually did this, as well as discuss the recording process and other nuances in between. Next up is Bruno Mars. The song is called When I Was Your Man. Now, I did a version of this myself, so I will put the version I did in the description so you can see how I stack up. And I want to remind you guys, I have a singing course. The course is called How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else. You can find it right here at kentamplinvocalacademy.com. I also have a free singing forum over there with over 20,000 people and some excellent moderators to help you guys negotiate and discuss all these amazing styles to help you get amazing at singing, okay? So with that said, I want to dive right into it. Without much further ado, let's rock this thing. Here we go.
Same bed, but it feels just a little bit bigger now. Our song on the radio, but it don't sound the same.
Okay, a couple things straight out of the gate. You can hear he's using a microphone called an SM7, and it's kind of pillowy, it's kind of covered sounding. It's not like this real, same bed, but it feels just a little bit bigger now. It doesn't have that real crystal clear brightness. It's kind of covered and like there's paper over the microphone a little bit. You can hear that. Now, in fairness, Michael Jackson used the same microphone with Bruce Swedien, the engineer on that. And so I want to point that out, that that's probably deliberate because they were looking to have it maybe sound more like Michael Jackson. Now, as we know, Bruno is sort of the reincarnation in some ways of Michael Jackson in the way he approaches a lot of stuff. He kind of even took Michael Jackson up a notch in singing in his upper register a lot clearer, more clean than Michael did. Michael was a little more thin. He's a little more naturally gifted at his age to sing in this registration. So let's listen to that covered microphone again. We'll listen to the clarity of his voice and we'll move on.
Same bed, but it feels just a little bit bigger now. Our song on the radio, but it don't sound the same.
Now, by the way, so he uses a lot of mask in his same bed. So if you want to try to do this, go same bed, but it feels just a little bit bigger now. Our song on the radio, but it don't sound the same, right? So you can hear it, and he's also adding a little extra air in the sound to give a little kind of sound. So it's not too brassy and too shrill as it's coming at you. He wanted to warm up the sound a bit. So you can do that kind of by holding your breath. A song on the radio, but it don't sound the same. Hear me do that? I'm kind of holding back the air, and I want you guys to try sound the same. You can do that yourself and practice this. Now, be careful, because overusing this air will dry out your vocal folds, and it'll be hard to get them to be resilient and flexible and have the elasticity that you want to move around freely in the cabin of your voice, so to speak, okay? Let's rock.
When our friends talk about you, all it does is just tear me down.
By the way, I like town. I like his phrasing. He's got some real nice stabs and some cool, very, very cool phrasing.
When our friends talk about you, all it does is just tear me down.
One more thing. Do you hear how boxy that mic sounds? It doesn't sound real full and round like an expensive mic. Well, again, that's a technique to make the sound of the mic push forward into a mix. In this case, there's only piano going on, but to make this sound really boxy, and you can really hear it's covered, it's got kind of papery kind of sound, and it's real mid-rangey or boxy in the sound.
'Cause my heart breaks a little when I hear your name. It all just sounds like ooh.
Now, there's something interesting about this. When I first heard this song, I thought kind of that part of the song was like, I don't feel it took me over the top, right? But the more I listened to it, the more I realized why they did it was they wanted him to sound melancholy, which means sad. So, so he's reminiscing kind of about what he just said and about what the song's about his heart breaking. He should have taken better care of this girl who's left him. He sees her dancing with another man. And we get to the chorus. I thought there could have been a little bit better setup for the chorus. And then I realized they wanted that. They wanted to back off that and not give you the 1-2 punch before the chorus, because they wanted to save the emotion and the passion for the chorus. So I believe that's why they did that part there. I may be wrong, but that's the impression I get and the feeling I get when I hear it.
Too young, too dumb to realize.
By the way, now, Bruno's an awesome singer. No question about that. I'm only pointing out things I hear in a mix, so don't shoot the messenger. But to realize, you can absolutely hear auto-tune working on those notes. Listen closely, because it sounds robotic. To realize. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Listen closely.
Too young, too dumb to realize.
That's it. Realize on eyes. You can hear it. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if they feel like they got the perfect take. I know it was like a piano thing, him singing, playing the piano. I've heard him sing it live, and he did a killer job. He didn't need auto-tune that I know of, or that I don't know if they used auto-tune in the live version. So I'm not sure why they used it in the studio, because he's not the kind of singer that needs it. But nonetheless, it was used. Listen to it one more time. You can clearly hear the auto-tune working.
Too young, too dumb to realize that I should have bought you flowers and held your hand. Should have gave you all my hours.
Did you hear the word hours? It's a direct, should have gave you all my hours. When you hear the hours come in, you can hear a punch. Now, it's kind of weird. Why didn't they just have him sing the whole line again? Like, what's really going on in these studios behind the mask? I mean, we've heard him do it live, and we know that he's got a killer voice, so I'm not sure why they had to punch that thing, but listen closely. You can hear it. Check it out.
And held your hand. Should have gave you all my hours. When I had the chance, take you to every party, 'cause all you
By the way,
want.
take you to every party on re-party. He did a really great job of mixing take you to every party. When he gets there, he does a really great job of mixing in that and then bring it back down. So he uses a lot of really cool mix voice. So I'm not trying to just, point out all the problems and the anomalies. You did this. You suck. No, he doesn't suck. He's a great singer, and he's really raised the bar for a lot of pop guys. I love his tone. I love his soul. I love his little, riffs and licks at the end of his stuff. He's very mature in the way he handles some of his stuff. So I love that. But let's listen to this one more time.
The chance, take you to every party, 'cause all you wanted to do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, but she's dancing with another man.
Here we go.
My
I like that
pride,
little, my pride, my ego, my needs, and my selfish ways. Right, the lyric. Sorry, I forgot the lyric.
my pride, my ego, my needs, and my selfish ways caused a good, strong woman like you to walk out my life.
Now I like the cause, a little whines in the creaks. Cause, right? Cause a good, strong woman like you to walk out my life. Right, he's got some really great character in his voice, and his distortion is really cool too. I like Uptown Funk, all these different songs that he's done, even Grenade, like all the songs. He's got some really great, in fact, the Heaven song, Taking Me to Heaven and all that. He's got some great tone, and I really appreciate that about it, because you can hear his maturity in his singing. It's not like a lot of the pop guys today that just sing real monotone. I don't want to name names because I don't want to get in trouble, but a lot of the pop guys today don't have anywhere near his tone and his just the maturity and the way he approaches his phrasing.
Caused a good, strong woman like you to walk out my life. Now I'll never get to clean up the mess I made.
Never get to clean up the mess. I love it. It wouldn't surprise me. He could probably pull off some cool rock songs if he wanted to stay in that kind of belting range, and it would have been kind of interesting, right?
Now I'll never get to clean up the mess I made. Oh.
Now instead of he's real closed mouth. A little bit of a raised larynx. right? I love that tone, and he does it when he comes down. It's really hard to have that sound when you're up top.
Never get to clean up the mess I made. Oh, and that haunts me every time I close my eyes.
Now, on closed, you can hear that auto-tune, right? And it haunts me every time I close my eyes. You can hear it working. Check it out.
Oh, and that haunts me every time I close my eyes. It all just sounds like ooh.
By the way, if you guys want to work on that with me, right? You can just do that sound. Go. Now, he's using a lot of air in it. It's not real cut back and bright on the air. He's got a lot of in the sound instead of there's a lot of air. It's so there's some hooty fluty sound to this too that he's adding in it to add a little bit more of the pain and the emotion. It's not just like some guy whistling. He's got some pain and some emotion in the sound.
Sounds like
Hear that?
Too young, too dumb to realize that I should have bought you flowers
Love this
and
song.
held your hand. Should have gave you all my hours.
By the word, check it on the word hours. There's another punch there. Listen closely. This one's more subtle than the last one, but it is a punch. You can hear a little difference in the change of the volume when it comes in. Listen.
And held your hand. Should have gave you all my hours. When I had the chance, take you to every party, 'cause all you wanted to do was dance.
By the way, I love those kind of dance, right? Do that with me. Dance, dance. And by the way, you can jazz it up even more. Dance, dance. Yeah, you can kind of sauce it up a little bit even more than he did. Those are the kind of licks, like I cover all this in my singing course, where you could take one lick, you can repeat it multiple times, or you could just, cut it in half or do one of them like he did it, but you can right? You can add all these little flavors of all these extra licks, and you combine them. They're like building blocks. You add one here, you add a little bit over here, and then that's kind of gives you riffs and runs. That's how we get them, okay? Listen to it closely.
Should've gave you all my hours.
There's that punch.
When I had the chance, take you to every party, 'cause all you wanted to do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, but she's dancing with another man. Although it hurts, I'll be the first to say that I was wrong.
I love that tone. Right? Just killer tone. Like I said, you could hear him singing some rock tunes, man. I know Miley Cyrus and other people coming out with, some rock stuff. And, I know Lady Gaga's done some rock stuff. But this brother could actually pull this off, I think, Some people are going to like their stuff. But I just can't take that seriously. No offense. I'm sure it's going to be fun and cool and interesting and a novelty. But it's not going to be Led Zeppelin, guys. Come on, let's face it. Really?
I'll be the first to say that I was wrong. I know I'm
probably much too late to try and apologize for my mistakes. I love that tone, the way it comes in like that.
Oh, I know I'm probably much too late to try and apologize for my mistakes, but I just want you to know, I hope he buys you flowers. I hope he holds your hand.
Love his sensitivity.
Give you all his hours when he has the chance.
Good stuff.
Take you to every party, 'cause I remember how much you love to dance.
Remember how much you love to dance. Right? Just the trickle offs and when you can tell a really great guitar player, like a singer like this, when he's playing a solo and he goes, and kind of has these little trills that. Right, rather than just go. It's like he has these like little kind of trail off things right there. That's you can tell the maturity of a guitar player, especially too. You can really hear the nuances of that. He does that too. All these tiny little nuanced gesticulations on his voice. It's really cool.
Take you to every party, 'cause I remember how much you love to dance. Do all the things I should have done when I was your man.
When I was your
Do
man.
all the things I should have done.
Should have done when I was your man. And he gets real sensitive back and forth. He goes from throwing down really hard to just being real pillowy talk, bedroom talk. So anyway, guys, so thank you for joining me and check out my next video.